All right, so in this video, I want to talk about how brown men can attract their dream woman. Right now, there's so many brown men, South Asian men, Indian men that often cope. They'll say that the reason that they can't get attractive girls is because they're too short or they're a certain ethnicity, certain colors, skin, race. They'll make every excuse in the book blaming their genetics, blaming their race as to why they can't attract their dream woman. If you follow all the tips that I give you in this video, you'll be well on your way to attracting your dream girl. You'll be on the path to attracting your dream girl, all right? So stop bitching, stop whining, stop complaining, and watch this entire video all the way through because this is the video you need step by step on how you can attract your dream girl as a brown guy, okay? So with that being said, the first thing I want to talk about is having a strong inner game mindset, okay? Unbreakable confidence, having a strong inner game mindset is something that so many of you brown guys still don't have. Okay, you need to stop viewing yourself as so inferior to other races. Okay, stop with this negative mindset. Okay, stop thinking that just because you're brown, you can't get attractive women or get girls outside of your race. Okay, that is complete BS. Is there a brown guy with an attractive girlfriend right now in the world? Yes. Are there brown men out there who attract beautiful women? Yes. Are there short guys that attract beautiful women? Yes. Are there short Indian guys out there, short Asian guys out there with girlfriends? Yes, with attractive girlfriends. What the hell is your excuse, bro? Stop with the negative mindset. Stop viewing yourself as so inferior to all these other races, okay? You're still a human being at the end of the day, all right? We're all human beings here. Just because you're brown doesn't mean you're some alien from like another planet, okay? You're a human being. Stop coping. Stop using your race as an excuse as to why your dating life is bad right now, all right? There are brown men out there with attractive women, successful relationships, great dating lives. What is your excuse, bro? What the hell is your excuse, bro? Okay? Now, I want to break this down a little bit farther. Is modern day dating tougher to what it was, say, 5, 10, 15 years ago? Right? Of course it is. With the number of options that women have with online game and dating apps, right? They have a lot of options. But guess what? Stop using that as an excuse, okay? We're gonna get into this later on in this video, right? On how you can really easily separate yourself. But most men, right? They have crap dating app profiles, okay? They have no idea what the female gaze is. They don't even cold approach women. They'll say that they've cold approached women in the past and it's been only like a couple girls. They've done it maybe a couple times and they'll make excuses as to why it doesn't work, why cold approach doesn't work, okay? But most men forget about that even. Most men have never even cold approached a girl in their entire life, right? So even though the modern day dating game is difficult, okay, compared to what it was a decade ago, it's so easy to separate yourself from the vast majority of guys out there, okay? But anyways, number one, you need to have a strong inner game mindset. Better confidence. Stop viewing yourself as so inferior to other races, okay? Women can smell the insecurity that you have. They can smell just that desperation, that insecurity, that anxiety, okay? Stop viewing yourself as so inferior to other people. Yeah, is it gonna be a little bit harder in a westernized country as a minority? Sure, but guess what? Things in life are hard. You need to put in the work. Stop complaining, stop making excuses, put in the work, and yes, even you as a brown guy can attract women, can attract attractive women out there, all right? So with that being said, the second point I want to get into is more of the outer game stuff. We covered the inner game stuff. Let's cover some of this outer game stuff, okay? The best way for looks maxing and becoming more attractive, number one, your baseline should be your physique, your body. If a woman sees a skinny, fat, overweight dude, who doesn't take care of themselves, majority of women are gonna be unattracted to that guy right off the bat. Let's not kid ourselves here. So you need to develop a lean muscular physique at the very least with that V taper, okay? The lean muscular V taper physique is what women find attractive. That's like the universal, attractive standard that men should have, okay? Are there exceptions out there? Sure. But at the end of the day, in order to attract most women and just live a healthy lifestyle, take care of your health, you need to have a lean muscular V-tapered physique maintaining around at least 13% body fat. 13% body fat is where you really start experiencing the body game. People just in general start complimenting your physique, okay? So you should all aim to be around 13% body fat, but definitely no excuse to be any more than 14 or 15% body fat. But the real area where you start standing out, right, is when you hit around 13% body fat, have a lean muscular physique, and a V-taper, okay? So in order to obtain this lean muscular V-taper physique, you need a clean diet. Now, if you're trying to go into bodybuilding and strength training and powerlifting and all of these different areas, yeah, you should be counting your macros. But if you just want to look aesthetic, bro, okay, at the very least when it comes to your diet, high protein diet, okay? Eggs, fish, yogurt. Instead of snacking on, chips throughout the day, replace it with almonds. Healthy foods like yogurt, nuts, right? Your meals should be steaks, chicken, not fried, grilled. Throw in some vegetables, some veggies in there, right? To have a little bit more diversity in the mix. But high protein diet, number one. Fish, steak, chicken, beef, high protein diet, clean diet, all right? Don't be eating milkshakes. Don't be eating ice cream. Don't be overloading yourself on ice cream. Definitely don't be eating sugary sweets at night, okay? Avoid the fried foods as much as possible. Don't be eating candy bars and processed foods, junk food, stuff like that, all right? Drink plenty of water, no sodas, okay? If you just have a clean diet and you're consistent in the gym, you're just gonna get that aesthetic physique over time, all right? Depending on wherever your fitness level is right now, okay, it might take 6 months, it might take a year, it might take a couple years, okay? But at the end of the day, it's a process. You can't rush the process. You just got to be consistent and trust the process, all right? So with that being said, in terms of the exercises, the best exercises you can do in terms of aesthetics, right? Pull-ups, push-ups, lat pull-downs, okay? Incline dumbbell press, overhead presses, lateral raises. For your arms, exercises like bicep curls, tricep pushdowns to make sure your shirts are fitted, right? So those are examples of some aesthetic exercises you could do. Overhead press, lateral raises for shoulders, okay? The lean muscular physique, it's really about getting the lats to form that V shape and really having a strong popping out upper chest, which is why I mentioned incline dumbbell press, and also having, solid shoulders. So definitely shoulder exercises like cable raises or dumbbell lateral raises for shoulders. And then just so you have like a balanced physique overall, right? For your legs, have a couple leg exercises in there like barbell squats, leg presses. And then at the end of every workout, right? Walk on the treadmill at an incline for around 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Full body workouts, lifting weights with the exercises I just mentioned, 3 to 4 times a week. Clean diet, right? no junk food, no sodas, no fried foods, none of these processed foods, sugary foods, avoid sugars at night, right? None of these milkshakes and ice cream and overdoing it with any of that stuff. Okay, just eat a clean diet, high protein diet, weightlifting exercises 3 to 4 times a week, and over time you'll develop that V-taper aesthetic physique, okay? So I basically summed up Fitness 101 in terms of developing an aesthetic physique for you in the most efficient, quickest way possible, okay? But the V-taper aesthetic physique, you're gonna stand out, especially as a brown guy, okay? If you develop that aesthetic, attractive physique, because let's face it, most brown men, they have that skinny fat, overweight physique or super skinny physique. But when you can implement body game, have an aesthetic, attractive physique, you're gonna stand out to women. The third thing now that I wanna talk about, how you can attract your dream woman or get on the path of attracting your dream woman, is shattering the negative stereotypes as a brown guy, okay? Great hygiene and grooming practices. This is pretty self-explanatory, okay? But brushing your teeth at least 2 times a day, flossing your teeth, whitening your teeth, okay? Showering, deodorant, cologne, having a solid haircut at least once a month, keeping your beard trimmed or having a light stubble, right? These are the very basics of Grooming 101. The biggest stereotype, negative stereotype that us Indian guys, brown guys, South Asian guys are known for is smelling bad, looking unhygienic, unkept. Shatter the negative stereotypes, okay? Keep yourself clean, well-groomed, wear deodorant, shower every day, okay? Brush your teeth, whiten your teeth, do all of the basics. Present yourself in the most healthy, hygienic way possible at all times, okay? So you can shatter that negative stereotype, all right? Again, it's all about really shattering the negative stereotype and presenting the most attractive version of yourself when it comes to outer game. Through fitness, through hygiene, grooming practices, okay? The last thing I want to talk about really when it comes to the outer game, style is key, okay? Having good sense of fashion, okay? You don't need to go crazy with it, but honestly, just better style, okay? The more in shape you are, the more aesthetic of a physique you have, you're just gonna look better in clothes, okay? Fitness really is fashion, but in order to really enhance your style, right? Don't dress like a little kid. Don't dress like a dork. Stop wearing graphic tees. Opt for more neutral colors, okay? Don't wear shirts with all these fancy logos on them, okay? Better fitted clothes, ditch the logos. Brown men, we look really good in more earthy tones. So peach, cream, tan, brown, light brown, olive, okay? Even gray, right? Just neutral, earthier tones in terms of tops look great for brown men. So opt for those types of color schemes, earthy tones, fitted clothing, not too tight, but not too loose, not baggy, okay? If you follow all these basic fashion tips, you're gonna be miles ahead of most people out there, let alone brown guys out there. And great places I like to shop. H&M is like a staple, but H&M, Zara, Express, Uniqlo, they all have different types of dope outfits that you can check out, okay? So yeah, we pretty much covered the outer game. It's not that complicated, right? Consistency in the gym, consistency, always taking care of your hygiene, grooming practices, and putting in effort into your style. That's just gonna separate you from not just most brown men, but most men in general, right? And the outer game, the basics of looks maxing is gonna help you attract your dream woman 100%, okay? It's not just text game. It's not just having really good verbals and mouthpiece. Yeah, mouthpiece, social skills, that's part of the equation. But at the end of the day, if she's not attracted to you, if she doesn't see that attraction, if you don't even meet her baseline level of attraction, you can run all the mouthpiece maxing and text game in the world. It's not going to work, okay? That stuff is part of the equation, but also is the outer game in terms of the looks maxing stuff, all right? So don't negate your looks. And real quick, if you've made it this far and you're struggling with your dating life, you want to attract the women that you truly want and you need help, check out the first link in the description. That is my South Asian Warriors School, helping single South Asian men level up their dating life. There's resources in there for you on approaching, cold approach, dating apps, looks maxing, fitness, fashion, helping you become just a better overall, more attractive South Asian guy so you can attract the women that you truly want. So if you're struggling with your dating life as a single South Asian guy, check out the link in the description. Join my South Asian Warriors School. Again, no pressure, but if you're interested and you want the help, top link in the description is my school community, South Asian Warriors. Check it out if you're interested. So with that being said, the next thing I want to talk about is some things you can do to get more volume of women into your life, right? Gaining more volume, bringing more women into your dating funnel. So let's start with dating apps, okay? Let's start with online presentation. You have to maximize your online presentation. And I've made so many videos in the past on dating apps and online presentation, right? But it's really all about understanding the female gaze, okay? Understanding what women find attractive, the qualities and traits that women find attractive on men. And when you can kind of just hack the system and understand and master the female gaze, you're gonna get a lot of matches on dating apps. Your online presentation, your results on dating apps are gonna skyrocket, okay? So let's break this down a little bit in the simplest way possible. The female gaze is the qualities, traits that women find attractive on men. On a dating app, it's what in your profile will make her stop rapidly swiping left on all the guys. What can you do to really make yourself pop out on dating apps to women? So you want to have good full body shots combined with candid shots of you doing certain types of hobbies and being in certain types of environments, and also throwing in some physique shots as well, okay? So full body, your dating app profile should have full body shots showcasing good style, like we just discussed, and a couple candid shots, one or two candid shots of you showcasing your physique. Again, candid shots, natural looking shots. You shouldn't have any mirror selfies, okay? No mirror selfies, no locker room selfies. So physique shots that are more natural could be you walking around on the beach. Have a buddy, taking pictures of you walking around on the beach, okay? Your shirt's off, maybe you got a surfboard in your hand. It's a more natural picture, right? Another example could be you walking around in the pool or you leaning by the pool side, looking at something in the distance, as opposed to, shirtless mirror selfies, okay? You want more natural, candid physique shots. The best way to do it is incorporate the environment where it's more appropriate to be shirtless, like in a pool, right? Or by the beach, or some body of water even, right? Or by the lakeside. Maybe you're on a boat even, right? And you just have your shirt off, okay? You want more natural, candid shots in those environments to showcase your physique, and never do the classic selfies. Always have a buddy take your photos, okay? In addition to all this, right? Full body shots, showcasing your style, good fashion, okay? Maybe you have a picture of you walking, on the street, and while you're walking on the street, your buddy can take a photo of you. Maybe it's, in your city center and you have a good outfit on, right? Maybe a casual, stylish outfit on. Doesn't have to be crazy, but just good style. And if you want examples of that, you can honestly just check out my Instagram, right? Down below in the description is my handle to my Instagram if you want to check it out. But full body shots, no mirror selfies, okay? And to top it off, photos in certain environments can really help drive the female gaze, okay? Maybe a photo of you in a coffee shop with a dope casual style fit on with like an iced coffee in your hand. or a photo of you, say, at a rooftop bar or a rooftop restaurant, or even just a nice restaurant in general. You sitting at the table with like a drink in your hand. It's a nice quality restaurant, dope environment in the background, and you got a nice shirt on, maybe like a nice linen shirt on, or a casual style, or a nice, knitted button-up polo, right? Maybe you unbutton the first couple buttons on the polo, right? Showcase some of the sex appeal, Then you got like a nice drink in your hand, right? And you're looking off to the side a little bit to make it look more candid, more natural. The girl starts gazing, right? She starts imagining what it would be like to hang out with you, what it would be like to go on a date with you, okay? So if you can have photos like these in your dating app profile, even on your Instagram, you're gonna be maximizing your online presentation, taking it to the next level, and throwing in some hobbies, right? Maybe a candid photo of you cooking up a dish, right? Your buddy comes over, and while you're, say, scooping some pasta, making some pasta, and you're scooping it into, the pan or the plate, get your buddy during that process to take a photo of you while you're scooping some pasta onto a plate. Photos of you, doing some hobbies, traveling. Again, natural, candid, no selfies, okay? And then combining the hobbies with, certain types of photos, like stylish photos showcasing your sex appeal, a couple candid physique shots, and really shots of you in certain environments that appeal to the female gaze, where she can imagine what it's like being on a date with you. So some shots, some photos of you at a rooftop bar, a restaurant, or a coffee shop can really help maximize that female gaze on her end and maximize your online presentation, all right? So we talked about online presentation. The next thing I want to talk about in terms of how you can get more women into your dating funnel, right? How you can meet more women in addition to just the dating apps and maximizing the online presentation. The next thing you need to do is start implementing more daytime cold approach. 90% of men have actually never approached a girl in real life. Cold approach is honestly one of the best ways, if not the best way, to separate yourself from most people, okay? Now, I'm not saying to go do night game and cold approach a bunch of drunk girls at a bar or anything like that, all right? That's not efficient, especially the night game environment. It's loud, crowded, people are yelling at each other, music is blasting. I'm talking about daytime cold approach, okay? And I say this rule all the time. It's called the rule of 3. If you were just to approach 3 attractive girls every single day, in the daytime or the afternoon, right? 3 attractive girls every single day for the time span of, say, even just a month, right? And you've continued to work on yourself. You have good style, dress well, you're taking care of yourself, you're going to the gym, right? Your hygiene's on point. If you follow all those tips, have been implementing those tips, and you were just to do, what I just told you, approach 3 attractive women every single day, by the end of a month, you would have approached almost 100 women, 100 attractive women, and at least a couple of them would go on a date with you, would probably end up going on a date with you. At least a couple of them would potentially have the chance to become your girlfriend. Dating really can be a numbers game, right? Approach the attractive girls. Approach at least 3 attractive girls every single day for the time span of a month and just see what happens. No one's stopping you, right? No one's stopping you from doing that, okay? Most guys that complain about their dating life do not even do this. You ask them, okay, you're struggling with your dating life. When's the last time you cold approached a girl? And they'll stutter, and they'll try and think of the last time that they even did that. Or they'll say, I did it a couple weeks ago, but I got rejected. And it's like, okay, bro, did you do any approaches after that? It's like, I kind of lost motivation, right? So most guys just don't do the basics, okay? Want to maximize your volume, want to meet more women. Nothing's literally stopping you even right now from pausing this video, getting out your house and driving to your closest town center, mall, crowded area of the city, and just doing this, okay? There's no excuse you can't do this. It doesn't take that long, okay? 3 attractive girls, bro. I mean, depending on the foot traffic, fair enough. But if you go to like a crowded town center, it'll take you less than 30 minutes to do 3 approaches, okay? So don't underestimate cold approach. It's one of the best ways, arguably the best way to get more women into your life, into your dating funnel. And the more you work on your outer game, make yourself more attractive, hit the gym, dress well, work on your grooming style practices, right? You're just naturally going to get more and more of these girls that you meet through cold approach, especially in the daytime, into your dating funnel, all right? So don't underestimate the power of cold approach when it comes to attracting your dream girl. Again, honestly, guys, nothing is stopping you from literally pausing this video and going outside and approaching 3 attractive girls right now. Do you want it or do you not want it? Okay, just like with everything in life, if you really want this, you're gonna go out and get it. Great things in life require effort, and dating is not the exception, all right? So don't underestimate cold approach. Now, the last thing that I wanna get into is kind of optional. The 2 main best ways to funnel women into your dating life are gonna be cold approach, daytime cold approaches in environments that have more women in them, in addition to strong online presentation, right, on dating apps, obviously combined with all the looks maxing stuff we just discussed. It's hobby maxing. A lot of women go to environments, places, join social daytime clubs like book clubs, run clubs are really popular. You're gonna find a lot of attractive, fit, wholesome women on there, right? Salsa classes, cooking classes, right? These are all different hobbies, that areas, locations, that you can partake in, go to, attend, where you can meet attractive women. They're places where you could potentially meet your dream girl, your dream woman, all right? So with that being said, you should never just sign up for a hobby, right? Just because there may be a lot of potential attractive women in that particular class or hobby. Do things that you actually like, So if you're a more studious guy and you read a lot, why not join a book club, okay? Whereas, if you have absolutely no interest in cooking, you don't care at all about cooking, or you don't care at all about learning how to dance and salsa class and all that, I don't think you should just go and sign up for these classes just for the potential prospect of meeting attractive women. Now, if you're more open-minded, you don't mind, right? You want to partake in a new hobby, then by all means, hobby max, join all of these activities that I just mentioned. But I get it. Your time is limited. A lot of you work complex corporate jobs, 9-to-5 jobs, working overtime, okay? I get it. Your time can be limited sometimes. But with that being said, try and hobby max, join maybe one new hobby, pertaining closer, leaning more towards the female gaze, right? So book clubs, you're gonna meet a lot of women. Running clubs, that could be a great way to get some additional cardio in, right? You can potentially meet some more women. But overall, hobby maxing, it's a great additional method you could use for social circle, meeting women. And if you don't care at all for any of these hobbies that I just mentioned, right? At the end of the day, you could always expand your social circle by just attending singles events, even networking events in your closest town center, city center, right? Go to Google, look up singles events near you, single events in your closest city. You might find some speed dating events, some single and mingle events, right? Every city has them, utilizing resources such as just a simple Google search on singles events near me. So overall though, if you follow all these tips that I just gave in this video on how to attract women, how you as a brown guy can attract your dream girl, your dream woman, looks maxing, building an aesthetic physique, cold approaching, working on your outer game and your inner game, having a stronger inner game, better inner game mindset, increasing your online presentation, as well as implementing a couple hobbies, partaking in a couple hobbies more closer to the female gaze in your life so you can meet more women in real life. If you implement all these tips that I just gave, you'll be on the path to attracting your dream woman as a brown guy. Stop coping about your height. Stop complaining about your race, okay? There are tons of brown men out there with an amazing girl that they're in a relationship with, that they're married to, or they're currently dating. Why can't that be you, bro? Stop bitching about your height, stop complaining, and start putting in the work. It's your life. Everything great in life takes effort, but if you really want this, you know what to do, bro. You got this. Start taking action. And speaking of taking action, again, no pressure, but if you're struggling and you want additional help, you want to take your dating life to the next level as a brown guy, check out the first link in the description. Join my school community, South Asian Warriors, where you can get the help you need to take your dating life to the next level. Again, no pressure, but if you're interested, top link in the description is my school community, South Asian Warriors, if you want to join. Like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and I will catch you in the next video, homie. Peace.